was lucky that I was among the few, or many, that have been very, very close to the Honorable Nakimuli Helen, the late now. When she was going for the operation, she actually sent me a message that, Honorable, pray for me. I'm in for an operation. Right Honorable, even the time that we are sending her off, I wish each one of us, we can always pray for her soul. I had the opportunity to be in Kalangala from Monday up to Tuesday. Right Honorable, the people of Kalangala have a lot of questions. And I'm lucky that at least we have received a response that some of those questions are going to be answered. How I wish these questions are answered as soon as possible, because the people of Kalangala believe that there is something wrong. And many of us, that's what we believe. We need those questions to be answered. We need to know how that operation was done, so that the people of Kalangala can send off their Mama Kalangala, in the most benefiting way. Thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Zaake. Honorable members, much as we may not be belonging to the same party, but some of us were more close to Helen, very close. To an extent that even when she came to my village, we slept on the same bed. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we get to know what happened. What happened? Now, if you want more information, we even met with a doctor who operated Honorable Nakimuli today, to show you that we are following every step. We want to find out what happened. Even the pint of blood which was given to her, we have extracted it. We want to know, was it the right blood? Was it the right people who operated her? What happened? Was it an act of God? We are following up that. And we are not doing it ourselves alone. We are doing it together with the leader of opposition and the family. Honorable Sechkubo is there. Honorable Sechkubo will tell you we've not slept since the death of Honorable Nakimuli. We had our special bonding with her. Special. We have our group here, the group of Gumite, Team Gumite. We had our team here. Italy, that's another one in that team.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable. Right Honorable, on behalf of the people of Wakiso and on my own behalf, together with my family, allow me to convey our condolences to the people of Kalangala, to you and the Parliament of Uganda, and everyone, especially the family. Right Honorable, as the person you sent, Parliament sent to lead the team to Kalangala district, allow me to send their, allow me to convey their appreciation to Parliament of Uganda, and also to send their condolences. They made it clear in Council to Parliament. There are several requests they made, and through the right channels, the Council resolutions will also be forwarded to Government of Uganda. Honorable Kabusu will attest to this and the entire team. Right Honorable, as we witness the kind of transport we also request, let this be amongst the gifts we can give Nakimuli as she lies here. Let's improve transport in the islands. It's not these usual times we are here. The other one is different. That friend leaves you, and that's all. And finally, as she has been my captain in volleyball, allow me to say that it's high time we rethought sports in this country. It's part of their request also in Kalangala. That's let's establish a recreation center in Kalangala, but let's establish sports centers. They will groom many of the Nakimulis, and we shall see many in this country.
Moses.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I take note of the little time we have. To be brief, Madam Speaker, while we attended a council meeting where the district leadership paid tribute to Honorable Nakimuli, Madam Speaker, the district council and all the congregation requested me to thank you and the Honorable Thomas Taebwa for always giving Honorable Nakimuli an opportunity to speak. And she has been able, because of that opportunity, to speak and articulate issues affecting the islanders. Madam Speaker, they also asked me to request Parliament, and I'll maybe, Madam Speaker, by this time, request that I move a motion to amend the motion of the Prime Minister to include a prayer they requested. And Madam Speaker, this specifically touches a youth and a women's skills development center the Honorable Nakimuli herself had thought of to build for the community. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Nakimuli 2 years ago started a process of building a youth skilling center. Madam Speaker, many youth in our islands, because there have not been schools on the islands, young children have grown and have not had access to go to schools. So those young children are not employable. And the only way to make them useful in society was to establish a skills center. She had acquired a building plan approved, a storage building approved. She had also acquired land from Buganda Kingdom. And that project, she was very anxious if she was to live and serve the next term, that she would build that skilling center. So the council resolved, and Madam Speaker, I do report.
You will bring for us the council resolutions.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
And then we'll discuss the council resolutions.
Madam Speaker, finally, we also, as the leaders in Kalangala, there is a secondary school, a seed secondary school being built. It is called the Bobeke Seed Secondary School. It's on foundation level. We thought as leaders of Kalangala that since it has not gone into these the stages of how a secondary school, Madam Speaker, runs, that government accepts and that school be renamed Hellen Nakimuli Memorial Secondary School, Seed Secondary School.
Bring for us your resolutions and we'll act on your resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Honorable Mpuga.
Much obliged, Right Honourable Speaker. Allow me in a minute to convey my sympathies to Parliament, especially the Speaker, the family of Father Olsimbi, very close to me. He visited me in the Lopu's office, then with her daughter in tow. We did exchange pleasantries and a lot of banter. I'm very sorry about the loss. Right Honourable Speaker, our sister was different, and she leaves lessons eternal to us. Our corrosive politics needs reflection. That's why across the aisle, everyone would say, well, she was a leader. I remember in 2023, she came to me to request if she could to speak to the Prime Minister about a very serious matter in the constituency. I told her, there's no problem. The Prime Minister is not the problem. She's just overwhelmed. Go and speak to her about the problem. And I think they moved on well. So her amiable character should be able to give us some eternal education about how we relate with each other, even when we immensely disagree. And for our service to the islands, we thank you, Helen. And for those who intend to join politics, Right Honorable Speaker, in a second, her journey to Parliament began from Zaake City. In a delegation she led from the islands to meet me at my humble residence in the city, because she wanted to run as a DP. So DP, I'm sorry, I denied her to come to you and told her to come to NUP, which I had not. In 1, 2 years, 3 years, she had made a point. And Helen, rest in eternity. You did your part. We will follow suit. Those who left, Kalangala people, where you see something done, she was a humble voice, but a very audible voice. She didn't have to shout to make a point. That was very, very important.
Thank
Rest
you.
in eternity, sister.
Mikade, Island people.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I do have a long time attachment with Honorable Helen. We went to the same A-level school where she was head girl and I was the Chief Justice. And that school had a student's court. So student cases were referred to the student's court. And that's at St. Augustine's College, Wakiso. But also, personally, I work with many MPs from fishing communities. But to be sincere, there are not so many MPs from fishing communities who understand fisheries issues like Nakimuli did. So as MPs from fishing community, we have indeed lost a voice. But I'm also happy. I've listened to the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Vice President. They really understand what Honorable Helen and we MPs from fishing community always raise here. That's a good thing. Our prayer, the best way to send off Honorable Nakimuli is actually to actualize her prayers. And Honorable Speaker, I know you are going to be the Speaker of the next Parliament. My prayer is that I will move a motion specifically requesting the House to dedicate a sitting to debate the plight of outreach areas like islands, specific islands. Because that is the only way how government and this Parliament can really understand. You have had the General Katumba Amara. You have to even subsidize people going for the burial. If you don't, they will not attend the burial. So the same thing applies to those going to health facilities.
True.
So my request is that when that time comes, you please accord us the opportunity. Honorable Helen, rate in peace.
Actually, we should take our next sitting to Kalangala so that we get to understand. Honorable Madam Teacher. Women League, I'm coming.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I associate myself to the kind words that have been made by colleagues who have spoken before me. I want to add just one thing. Madam Speaker, in Nakimuli, remote Kalangala ceased to be remote. Every time through her debate, we would think that Kalangala is just here in Kampala Central. She was agreeably the best this parliament could give Ugandans. And in her, we see what Uganda has in what we call the rural parts of this country. I want to thank Reverend Walusimbi and family, and I want to thank NUP, because through those two entities,
Sure. Talk.
Madam Speaker, thank you. We have seen that we have so many able people in our villages. What remains is to give them opportunity to be seen. Lastly, Madam Speaker, our colleague here, whenever she would get a chance, she will contribute passionately about health. It's a bit absurd that she had been let down by the same system.
Thank you. We also want to thank the people to give her a chance to air out, because she wouldn't air out without.
I thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for being a kind speaker who has given opportunity to people like Honorable Nakimuli and me to be heard. Thank you very much. I wish you well.
Flavia.
The rosary. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, today, Honorable Hellen Nakimuli makes her final journey in Parliament. She has been very humbly, happily walking through these corridors, the lobby, and within this very house to debate most of the times. The last we saw her was on Wednesday last week. It is a pity that today she makes her final journey, not to debate, but we are honoring her. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Madam Speaker, I am an OG of Honorable Helen, our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. From senior 1 to senior 4, I was with this lady here. We were together. The sportsmanship you're all talking about was cultivated largely from our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. She was part of the pioneering teams of so many sports clubs we had in Our Lady. Team Molten, basketball, volleyball, badminton, basketball, and the rest. So today for me, I am lying in honor here. I am paying my respect to the woman that is lying here today in honor of the sisterhood that we have built across time. She has been a great fighter for women's rights. And as a chairperson, Women League in NUP, I really appreciate her efforts towards the people of Kalangala, the women and girls. She has contributed immensely to their gender issues, and I appreciate her so much. Helen, as a friend, as a sister, as a mother, lying here today, we appreciate you for the service, cutting across political divides, across religious political affiliations, but most importantly, for using your voice strongly to speak power, to speak truth to power. Thank you so much. May your voice always be a reminder that even the loudest of will at one point come to.
Chairperson, Catholic Chaplaincy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Allow me to bring my condolence from the people of Amuro. Helen, you no longer, in heaven, you will no longer have the title of honorable. You're a daughter of God. Madam Speaker, I want to say that on Sunday at 9:51, Helen sent me a message because my mother was hospitalized, wishing my mother a quick recovery. When I reached Gulu, I received the news that Helen had passed on. When I showed the message to my mom, she was really devastated. Helen, I'm here to bring my greetings from my mom, who has been discharged from hospital yesterday. Thank you for praying for her, though I did not know that you were sick. Madam Speaker, today I woke up and I bumped into this documentary of a great saint who died at age 15, Saint Carlo Acutis. On October 12th, 2006, Father Macheleno, who gave him the last blessing, asked him whether he was afraid of death. And this is what the 15-year-old boy said on his deathbed. he said, "Are you afraid of going home after a long journey? Are you afraid to meet somebody you love so deeply? That is how I see death. It is going home to meet Jesus." I remember in one of the clips of Honorable Helen, she even talked about death. She said we should not fear death. And I couldn't get a better documentary to remember Helen apart from watching this one of Saint Carlo Acutis. Rest in peace, my sister, and continue to pray for this great country called Uganda that you sacrificed for. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kivalia.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, Helen was a super brand, as evidenced from the speeches of today. Helen's body is leaving this place to go to NUP offices, go to her home in Namungona, then tomorrow church and Ruwero. The rest of us could have speeches in all those areas. I move a motion that we close the debate for Helen and have her body move decently to all those places.
Seconded. Honorable members, in respect of the party where Honorable Nakimuli was representing, we want the party to honor Honorable Nakimuli in their offices, and then the body goes home. Are you seconding the motion? Stand up if you're seconding. Seconded. I put a question that we close the debate and the body moves to the next destination. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. Let's have it. Thank you so much. Honorable members, I now put a question that the Parliament of Uganda pays glowing tribute to the late Honorable Nakimuli Helen, the former district woman member of Parliament of Kalangala District and the Shadow Minister of Information and Communication Technology, with amendments from Honorable Ogwang. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. We will extract the resolution and relay it to the family. But one thing I can promise the family, that we will follow this case to the latter. To the latter. We will not continue burying people over anybody's negligence.
May we please rise up to receive the anthems.